welcome to Issues and Society. Issues and Society is a program that discusses trending issues as it affects our day-to-day activities, both at the local and the international level. My name is Zainab Obetin. Today on the program we have a guest who shared his life experience in growing up with us. A man with many parts, a man with an impressive background, a devoted public servant, the Executive Director, Networks, Niger Power Holding Company Limited. Let's meet Engineer Ifeoluwa Oyedele. Don't go away.
With an ever-evolving society, there are everyday issues in the marketplace, in government, in our social lives, even in our homes. Issues and Society brings these happenings to you. Join us on this station. For sponsorship and advert placement, please call 081-100-00712, or better still, follow us on our social media handles. Good to have you join us once again on the program Issues and Society. Well, today on the program we have somebody who has played a huge role in the private and public sector. A man who has touched lives, a man who has so many paths. We are being joined on the program today by Engineer Ifeoluwa Oyedele, the Executive Director here at the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, Executive Director, Networks. Sir, it's a pleasure having you on our program, sir.
Thank you very much.
Now, can you just tell us a bit about yourself, sir? Who is Engineer Oyedele?
Where do I start? My name is Ifeoluwa Oyedele. I was born to late Chief M.O. Oyedele, MBE, over 6 decades ago, decades ago. My mother, Comfort Ileola Oyedele, is still alive. She's a retired school teacher. I went to various primary schools, went to the prestigious Government College Ibadan, to the University of Lagos, and I've been working as an engineer, and lately in the last 20 to 30 years as an engineer in politics.
Growing up as a child to a teacher for a mother, how was it like?
Oh, my father in particular was a reputed disciplinarian who was well known all over then Western region. When I say that a man was conferred with the award of the member of the British Empire in 1956, you can understand the kind of person he is. But both parents are extremely very clean people. I mean, if you see my father's feet, you'll be tempted to lick it. It was extremely very clean. At the age of 90, I could remember that my father would remove his undies and wash them and soak them overnight in Milton. I think the bleach we used in those days used to be called Milton. And in the morning, he will wash them, rinse them and hang them every day. I remember also that he said when my father was going to work, in those days, school headmasters ride only bicycles, and that he doesn't ride because his teachers will come with him and they will walk, and they will also walk in front of him pushing the bicycle. And when they get to a place that was muddy, they have to lift up the bicycle to pass by it. That was my father. Of course, he was one of those very few people who rose from being a teacher to a headmaster to an inspector of education and so on and so forth until he became a commissioner in the old Western region and then Western State and then Ondo State. So I come from a line of very tough disciplinarians and very loving parents, and I'm really very proud of them.
Now you've had stints in construction, in manufacturing, engineering, and so much. Can you give us a sense of how it was, with all these engineering accolades?
I'm not sure whether there's anything special about my life. I think that I have been very fortunate in life. And I always say to people that the only way you can display your brilliance or your intelligence is if you have a platform. I think along the way, God has been gracious to me, and always provides me with opportunities to express myself. I don't want to say to display my qualities, but to express myself. I had my youth service in Ibadan. That too was an opportunity. I was actually posted to Bauchi State to serve, but my senior brothers were 7 years older than us, and they had a lot of very powerful friends. I mean, they were children of the rich and very influential and top civil servants and businessmen all over the country. I remember the Ogunlesis, Larry Ogunlesi, now of Sophisticat. I remember Sheyo Ladapo, the late Sheyo Ladapo, Okwebademosi, Fadje Morokun, the son of Fadje Morokun. He is chairman of, I think, AICO, and such people. Tony Alenke, they were friends to my father, to my brothers, and I used to be. We started driving very early. I started driving in 1974. So when these friends come around, we had access to my father's car. We used to, I don't want to say steal. We used to take my parents' cars out without permission. I told you we have a garden behind our house, and we had perfected the art of putting the cars in neutral and pushing them through the forest out in the night. In those days, parties used to be held in the night, not these days. You start your party at like 11 to 12, and then the party by 5, the party runs off and you run home. Before my parents wake up, the cars are back at home.
Now you have an eye for politics. So you want to tell us, give us a sense of what your political ambitions are.
I don't think I have an eye for politics. I have this urge, this inclination, this push, this determination to ensure that in whatever cell you are, you contribute your quota to the decision-making process. Well, look, if you go to any church that I've ever attended, and I've been to so many churches. I mean, my family church and the church that I attend now is Methodist Church. That's where I grew up. But I've been to Redeem. I've been to Latter Rain Assembly. I have been to and even the social clubs. I always make sure that I participate in the decision-making processes. I always make sure that I stress to people that you have to do what you have to do. I mean, I'm playing golf on a field. I won't throw litter on the road. I'm traveling from Lagos to Abuja by road. You won't see me throw banana peels on the road. So my philosophy is, wherever you find yourself, whether as a schoolboy who has to clean the path, you do it very well. Just do your bit. You cannot sit down and fail and say that you are not concerned and this one does not affect you. You must contribute your own quota. And if you don't participate in the decision-making process, others will make decisions that you yourself will have to obey.
So when the appointment came to be the executive director here at the Niger Delta Power Holding, how did you receive it?
I was very disappointed. I was indeed very sad. I was upset. And I purposed in my mind that I was going to reject it. First, I remember very well that I called Dr. Kule Hamilton and I said to him, for all of the things I've done for this party, this is the reward I'm getting. And I said, no, I'm not. And he said, I support you. I think, and we were busy plotting. It was a Friday when that information came to me that, oh, you have been appointed executive director in. To be candid, I never knew that a company called Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited existed before then. So I was angry. I was very, very livid. And but something significant happened. On Tuesday, I think it was the following Tuesday, yes, I went to my office and I was depressed and I was just thinking, okay, now is the time to refurbish my office so that I can start looking for business. I mean, I can revive my business that had almost crumbled because of my involvement in politics, running around. And it was around this time, I remember, around 5, after 5 like this, and I felt that a man walked into my office and said, good evening. And I said, good evening, what do you want? You have done your worst. And he said, I'm going to ask you 2 questions and you must answer me. And I said, what? So he responded to say, what was the first job David got after he was anointed king of Israel? I looked up and I said, oh, he became servant of the reigning king. And he said, yes, and a mad one at that. Because you remember, David was employed by the king to play the harp for him, and also to carry his armor. And he said, okay, number 2, you said you will not bow to any god. You said you will not lobby. You said you will not join any cult before you get an appointment. Which of these 3 have you done? And I said none. And he responded by saying, so who did it? And the thing vanished from my face.
Now you are a recipient of several accolades, several awards. You want to take us through some of these awards? And
I don't know how to, because it was those awards were turning this office into a shrine. I had to remove all of them, and they are in my home. But I think in a few weeks we are putting up a table here to display some of those. But some of them have been remarkable. Most of them from the engineering sector. I have been a recipient of the Fellowship of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellowship of Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Mechanical Engineer, Electrical and Electronics Engineer, Fellowship of the Nigerian Institute of Power Engineers, and so on and so forth. I've also received Fellowship of the Risk Managers Society of Nigeria, and recently, to my pleasant surprise, I got the award. No, let me backtrack a bit. I was, I think it was 2017 when I was, 2017 or 2018 when I was chosen as Ondo State Man of the Year. And then this year, I was chosen as Africa Man of the Year. When I got it, I thought it was a joke. I mean, I remember asking the lady who sent the information to me. First, she sent an information to me to say, "Oh, you have been," that they were going to give me an award, and of course, I just, and I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't. There was nothing to receiving an award for me. But okay, yes, I've been given an award. So anyway, the next thing is that she sent the flyer, the names of all the people who have been given an award. I was like, this thing is, and then I was waiting for them to say you have to pay so and so amount, because I've been offered so many PhD. The highlight of that event is probably the paper that I delivered at that event. I think that is the highlight of the event. And I think it's a paper that has received very positive review from all over the world. People, I know that for many years to come, people will still be talking about that paper.
Now, when you're not doing these very busy activities to humanity and the society, how do you manage all these huge activities?
I don't know. I remember telling my secretary, I think about 2 years ago, that God has just made this work very easy for me. I really don't know how I combine all of the things that I do. I mean, right now, I'm acting MD, doing the work of an MD, and doing my work. If you know the volume of work that we do here, it's tough. But God makes it so easy for me. I just take a paper and I'm able to understand what I'm reading and take a decision without having to break my head. So I think God has been, but beyond that, even the work itself is fun for me. God has made it so easy for me. And I am blessed with a couple of people around me that make my life very easy. They tolerate me, my inadequacies, my weaknesses. When I shout on them, they just understand, and my family too. I can't remember any time, the last time any member of my family called me to say, we need this, or we want this, we want you to do this. They just accept me as I am. I used to play golf. I used to be addicted to playing golf. I'm not sure whether, I can't remember the last time I played golf. Once in a while, I've played football with the Nigerian Society of Engineer team, and we keep winning all the time. But I watch football. I'm an ardent follower of the Premiership, and I'm not ashamed to say that. When we revive our local Premier League, I will go back to my first love of IICC Shooting Stars of Ibadan. That's the team I used to go all over the country to watch. But our fields are nothing to be written about. It's a shame. The season, they don't follow a season that you can. I mean, they don't show them. If you look at this Premiership or some other countries, if you look at South Africa, look at the stadium, the pitches where they play football. Maybe you want to lick it. We cannot keep an ordinary grass. It's ordinary grass. We don't play cricket anymore. We don't play hockey anymore. I mean, when I was in school, I played cricket, I played hockey. I played table tennis, I played lawn tennis, I play everything. There's no sport that I cannot play. I used to be a triple jumper. I used to be a long jumper. I used to run the release. Go to any school today. In fact, it is not part of the curriculum anymore. In our primary school, you get admission into a primary school because into a secondary school because you show ability in sports. I woke up this morning remembering the song that we used to sing for our football players in Ebenezer African Church Primary School, Okeado, Ibadan. Using the names of our players to sing. Adebola Olukuluga Captain Akinyi Ekushe Nka goalkeeper wa Felemu. It was fun. We would go to the stadium to cheer even as young boys.
Before I let you go, senior Nigerian youth watching you now, they've heard so much about you. Life from the beginning was not as easy as it was, but God has taken you through this. You have invested, impacted. So many Nigerians are losing hope with all the things happening in the economy. Sir, what piece of advice will you give to them as some level of encouragement to tarry?
I don't know where to start from, but I can assure them that life is not a bed of roses. I like to use the life of Joseph in the Bible. The Old Testament, virtually all religions are familiar with the characters in that. So if I say Joseph, I can't remember what it is called in Islam, in the Quran, but everybody can relate to them. He was the son of a rich man. His father Jacob was a rich man. But look at it, whether in his father's house or when he was sold to slavery to the Midianites, or whether when he was in the house of Potiphar, or even in prison, or even as the boy on the block in Pharaoh's government, his character was the same. His value system was the same. Remember, in his father's house, he used to go and tell his father the truth. He was a purveyor of truth. He would tell his father. That's why his brothers hated him. My brothers are not working. They're just sitting down in the farm. He would go and tell them, this is what they're doing. And then when he was in Potiphar's house, he applied himself in such a way that his boss respected him and committed everything in his home in his hands. In spite of the privilege, he did not abuse that privilege. How many Nigerians today, in their places of work, commit a small thing in their hand, they misuse it? When he got into the prison, you say he was enjoying that. But when he got into the prison, his character was also the same. Incredible that within a short time, the prison warder, the head of the prison, had noticed him and had made him head there. When he came out to become the second in command to Pharaoh, without whom nothing could be done in Egypt, he said to his brother that Pharaoh had given him his ring, his stamp of authority. To say, just stamp it and sign. Anything you want in this country, you can do it. Did you hear that he duped Pharaoh? Did he steal government money? No. In fact, the proof of that is that when his brothers came, he said to them, Pharaoh is subject to me. If a Nigerian hold that kind of position look, all of the people who have held such positions in Nigeria, they will go and show you their homes in Asoko, in Banana Island, in Letama, and all over the places. But the only thing this man told his brothers, his brothers to take back to the promised land with him was the bone. If he had hidden gold somewhere, he would have told them, in Goshen, I have buried gold there. When you are going to go and start life, take it. If they were the usual Nigerians, he would have buried money in Switzerland. All of the ones you can see, what's this Pandora leaks or what Pandora papers, hiding money all over the places, even in toilets, in the sewage, in the ceiling, in the sky,
in their farms,
inside the snakes and everything. So you can see the point I'm trying to make is that whatever you are going through, you must uphold your values.
Well, that's the much we can take on the program today, Issues on Society. Join us in time next week.
That's the much we can take for today. Follow us on our social media handle. Join us again same time next week. I am Zainab Ubiti. Thanks for watching.